The time had come to say goodbye to my hosts, Joe and Vanessa, give up the serenity of this slice of paradise and head off on a new adventure. This is on the Princess Highway headed north of Conjola, and that crap that has just been sprayed by aeroplanes is a lethal combination of toxic poison. Research chemtrails or geoengineering and learn how you too are being sprayed like a bug. I made this my base camp for a week and highly recommend staying here. It's a council-owned park run by Doug and his wife as managers, and they are exceptionally good hosts. They cater for all of your needs and have all of the desired facilities and accommodation needs, at a modest price too. The location is perfectly situated, being close to all of the major attractions. Best of all is that even though I was here during the school holidays and the city of Katoomba was overflowing and as busy as could be, I think I found an undiscovered gem in this park because it was rather quiet by comparison to the bustle going on outside the gates. Unlike some of my fellow travellers who stayed here only for a night or two, I wasn't about to miss out on seeing a thing. During the week I spent here, I would explore this whole area from Penrith to Jenolan Caves and Oberon to Richmond. That would easily take a week, since even though I was armed with maps, sat-nav and a keen sense of direction, I would still get lost trying to navigate around Katoomba. Too many distractions, always taking me off on some offbeat track away from the crowds and to serene and scenic locations. I did most of my viewing from the comfort of my car, but if you like to go exploring on foot, there are literally hundreds of hiking tracks here. Some can take hours or even days to trek. You could possibly spend the rest of your life hiking here and still not see it all. For the fit and really adventurous, check out the 3-day-long 6-foot track. This was the original horse route from Katuba to Jenolan Caves and passes through here, the Megalong Valley. The City of Blue Mountains is one of only 2 cities in the world surrounded by World Heritage listed National Park. It was rather surprising to me to see the residential housing overlooking a lot of these views. Back on the well-beaten tourist track, I've only got to look out at that scenery. And it gets me busy. The heights. And I've got a fair walk back up now to the car. It'll be dark by the time I get there. Vertigo is rather a strange phenomena to experience. Whilst you're afraid of the heights, at the same time you get almost mesmerised and even drawn and pulled towards the edge. Animals here are viewing. Why? I don't know. Place is so busy, Echo Point. I've waited till the end of the day just to get a park here to go and see the Three Sisters because it's just absolutely packed all the time. I've stayed away off the beaten track a lot because it's just too much to be among hordes of people, not being able to get a park anywhere. Sky rail and the train rail thing down. I was going to brave the train until I went to the station and discovered it was going to be $39 for one trip. Well, you could have as many trips as you want, but really, I want that many trips. just to come here to the information centre to see this, then walk down the track if you don't really like the exercise or it's freezing cold like it is now. And I have a full view of all three rather than when you go down the track you can only see two of them. I'm at Sublime Point outside of the township of Laura, which is next door to Katoomba where I'm staying. Laura is more upmarket kind of township, actually really nice with some beautiful old homes and big properties there. I'm going to go back into Laura after and do my shopping. I actually like it better there than Katoomba. Katoomba is extremely busy with the scenic rail and the Three Sisters there, most of the main big attractions. And I've been trying to avoid the crowds after good 9 weeks or 10 weeks of being on big properties on my own. Very few people around me. I have not liked the crowds at all. So I've saved the main attractions like seeing the Three Sisters to the end of the late in the day, right on dusk, because only then could I get car parking near Echo Point. So here I'm just going to do a bit of a I've been enjoying going to offbeat tracks, which I've been able to do, of course, in 4-wheel drive, and that's worked out really well because, of course, less people at all of those places. Standing on a rock here, jumps out a fair bit. And I found after a while a lot of the attractions, just all the scenery, huge as it is out there, to look out at these scenes, see some of it, you see it all in a way. It's spectacular as it is, the magnificence of the place, so vast, is probably one of the most surprising things. Here's my track, uphill all the way back to the car, and it's really quite cold, so I've got my coat on, and it's still been windy and my eyes have just constantly watered when I've been outside because of the wind and the cold air. What better place to come for some creative inspiration than the Norman Lindsay Homestead and Art Studios? A man after my own heart, Norman just loved to challenge the establishment, and in his day his art caused quite a stir. If you haven't seen the movie Sirens, starring Sam Neill, who plays Norman, and Elle Macpherson, Kate Fisher and Portia, who play the roles of Norman's models, check it out. Sirens is rather humorous, with Hugh Grant playing the role of the uptight clergyman who tries to persuade Norman out of his obsession for painting nudes. It actually wasn't until my last day in the Blue Mountains that I walked across the road from where I was staying at Tourist Park, walked a short way along a track only to discover this view. There's the Three Sisters in the distance. Damn it, they were a little further away than at Echo Point from here. But I reckon I had a better view of this whole valley from this vantage point. And I didn't have to battle the crowds to get it. As for going on one of those things, I had no such ambition, thank you very much. They have glass floors, you know, and at heights like this, I prefer to keep my feet on solid ground and watch them from my vantage point rather than the other way around. Besides, I could see everything they were seeing, and I wasn't paying a small fortune for it either. The day before this, I drove the 90-minute stint to Jenolan Caves in the Suzuki. There's no way in hell would I have wanted to do this adventure in the rig. This stretch of the road going in was notoriously steep, narrow and scary as hell, even in Suzuki. Big rigs have to use the alternative route to the caves, the one I used via Oberon when I left. They actually close this stretch of the road for an hour or two around lunchtime because it's so narrow and would be nearly impossible to pass a car coming the other way. As for parking, well, unless you get there super early, you will have to park miles away, way up the mountain, and walk all the way down there to that building. Walking down there is not so bad, but you'd better save some energy for the walk back up to the car after you have trekked for hours exploring the caves. There are dozens of them here, but only select ones are open to the public. Expect to pay a minimum of $40 per person for a 1.5 hour guided cave tour. That's one cave and one tour. Get a 10% discount on that by presenting a coupon that you've cut out of one of the tourism brochures. You will have a handful of cave tours to choose from, which can be booked online before you arrive or at the booking office when you get here. The earlier you book, the more choice you'll have, because it all comes down to tour times and group numbers. You will have all of these other sites of interest to check out before or after your cave venture. There's a cafe for lunch and coffee, but make sure you have plenty of fuel in the car getting to here and back. The closest service station is at Oberon, and it too is a good drive away. no, those dreaded heights again. Oh, I can feel the claustrophobia coming on. There better not be any snakes and spiders in here. No way, no how am I climbing up that thing. Oh, what was that the guide just said? Oh, this was the ladder that the early explorers used, and it's off limits to us. Thank God for that. Who turned the effing lights off? Bloody moron. Gee whiz, I've got a lot of fears to challenge and conquer. Hard to believe that all of this was once under the ocean, and this is how all of these formations came about. My guide's talking so much bullshit now, it's hard to know what to believe.
There is a point. Is there a point to all this? Let's find
I've left him for dead, lagging behind. Where's the exit?
Versus just ride. The world is like a ride. You think it's real, it's just a ride. We can change it anytime we want.
I'm out of here.
Between fear and love. The world is like a ride. You think it's real, it's just a ride. We can change it anytime we want. It's only a choice. Between fear and love. The ride goes up and down, round and round. It has thrills and chills, and it's very brightly colored. Up and down, round and round, and it's very loud. Don't worry, don't be afraid, it's just a ride. We can change it anytime we want. It's only a choice. Between fear and love. Why are we here?
I think we're part of a greater wisdom than we will ever understand. A higher order. Call it what you want. Know what I call it? The big electron. The big electron. The big electron. It doesn't punish, doesn't reward. It doesn't judge at all. It just is, and so are we. For a little while. The ride goes up and down, round and round. It has thrills and chills, and it's very brightly colored. Up and down, round and round, and it's very loud. Don't worry, don't be afraid, it's just a ride. We can change it anytime we want. It's only a choice. Between fear and love. The big electron. The big electron. It doesn't punish, doesn't reward. It doesn't judge at all. It just is, and so are we. For a little while.